Hey everyone, it is Rev Trev NFL, and as you know, as you can see, I am a massive Green Bay Packers fan and love talking about the Packers. But here's the thing. We try to get away from all the drama, all the different things, all the challenges, but in the NFL, it's just full of it's a minefield. And the drama is always here. So it might not be Aaron Rodgers. It might not be, contract situations. But it does have to do with injuries, and no team avoids injuries. Here's the problem, though, is losing your starting quarterback, and I don't really care what team you are, is massive news and massive concern. And I just want to start by saying, and I know a lot of people are trying to stay positive, and I'm an optimistic person, but I'm also a realist, and I don't want to say something that I just don't believe or feel. Okay. I am very concerned about what's going on in Green Bay. This is not worst case scenario, but it's definitely not good. It's not good. I don't know what's going to happen at this stage. It's not worst case scenario, but it's really bad. It just is really bad. We lost the game in Brazil to the Eagles, and then we lost Jordan Love for a bit due to an injury. Good news is it's not ACL, it's MCL, and it's a sprain, not a tear. So there are some good news. The problem is that our backup quarterback is questionable to perform at best. And most Packer fans are unsure if we can win with Willis. Malik Willis has talent, but he hasn't shown it in the NFL yet. And we're about to find out what's going to happen. And all these people that are on there, and I think it's fine. You can have your opinion on whatever you want. But I would say 95% of Packers fans are completely worried about where our situation is. And all the haters are piling it on. They're piling it on. So it is what it is, okay? But let's dive into who Malik Willis is, and does he have a chance to be successful on the Green Bay Packers? Now, I'm doing this video late. To be honest, I'm not really feeling well. I just know I need to do this video before tomorrow, because just in case I will not feel up to doing this. So if some of you are like, why did he launch this so late? I do apologize, but please understand my situation. So, excuse me. I want to encourage you also to follow RevTrev NFL for passionate and realistic Packer takes on X, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitch, and on Facebook. I'd appreciate the support, trying to grow the channel and all that wonderful stuff. So let's dive into everything here, everyone. And let's talk about Malik Willis. Willis, what are you talking about, Willis? I mean, not that he's ever heard that one before. I mean, if you're old enough, you know what that reference is to. It's a famous TV show, and the young boy would say, what are you talking about, Willis? It was very funny back in the day. Malik Willis, guys. Malik Willis. Now, let's be honest. This is not plan B or plan A. This is not plan B. And it's probably plan C or D. Now, when the season started, there was two things that were concerning: backup quarterback and kicker. What were we going to do with kicker? Excuse me. Sorry. Well, the kicker one is still, like, it's been decided. We got rid of Carlson, who we drafted, and we had picked up Joseph and didn't like either one of them, and went and got a beauty from the Tennessee Titans. There seems to be a connection. So picked up him off of waivers or whatever it is, and got him for free. And I love his attitude. I love his desire to win. I love his desire to handle pressure. And hopefully this is the kicker of the future. His wife is a gigantuous Packers fan. Their whole family is. They're so excited to be in Green Bay. And I do really hope for him and his family's sake that this works out, and for us, okay? And for the Packers organization. We would love to see him be successful. But when it came to the backup quarterback situation, it seemed like it was all set with Sean Clifford, with drafting Michael Pyatt. I don't know why I'm having a name. Michael Pratt. And here's the thing. The Packers were not impressed. They had them all through training camp. They went through preseason with them, and they were not happy. So they traded a 7th round pick for Malik Willis. He's got to be plan C, D. It's not ideal. Let's just be honest. It's not ideal, everyone. And I get it. I totally get it. But here's the thing. Let's talk about the good things about Willis, and then we'll get into some nasty stuff. He was drafted by the Tennessee Titans in the 3rd round, 86th overall of the 2022 NFL draft. And that is something that's important to know, to think about, to consider. He's been in the league for 3 years. They wanted a veteran. They didn't want these young guys. And maybe because of what's happened with Jordan Love and what's happened with Sean Clifford and Michael Pratt, and with trading for Malik Willis and having this injury, maybe you feel like this. I reposted this on my Twitter the last 24 hours as a Packers fan. I mean, we can all relate to this. Like, what is it? This is fear. This is, I don't know what's going to happen. I hope we survive. That's what this is. Okay. That's what that is just one of the best memes ever. I feel bad for those girls, the ones laughing. Those are all the Bears and the Vikings and the Lions fans all laughing. And here we are just like holding on for dear life. Doesn't that make you feel like that? So when it comes to Willis, he's played 3 NFL games, okay? And his 3 NFL games, he's got a 52.2% completion percentage. He has 350 yards. And there's not a lot. There's 0 touchdowns, guys. 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I don't know why. Why did the Packers go after him? What did they see in him that we are not seeing? And I know it's not all about the stats, everyone, but maybe it just came down to cost. You know what I mean? They needed someone. They knew that Malik Willis in their mind is their best option going forward, compared to Clifford and to Pratt. Here's the thing. Malik Willis doesn't know the offense like Clifford does. So I am kind of surprised, but I'm not surprised, because if we're honest, this is exactly why they traded for him. Because if worst case scenario happens and Jordan Love goes down, they wanted a guy with some experience. Would you feel better if it was Sean Clifford that's coming in as the quarterback right now, knowing the playbook, seeing what he was like in the preseason? I don't think I would feel good about that either, if we're honest, if we're completely honest. So here's, excuse me. So in 2022, he played against Buffalo. They lost 41-7. He had a 39% 39% quarterback rating. He had 6 passing yards. He had 4 rushes for 16 yards. He fumbled in that game. That was his first game in week 2. Now it says that he's played a lot more games in 2022. So I think this is kind of interesting. I mean, there's nothing here that writes home anything exciting. Like 80 passing yards, 55 passing yards. The last game against Houston is 99 passing yards. And here's the thing, everyone. Caleb Williams had 93 passing yards, and we laughed our heads off. We laughed our heads off. And here we're bringing in his last game in 2022. He had 99 passing yards. He had 43 rushing yards. And that is the wild thing. I believe he had 1 rushing touchdown and 1 fumble. So I've often thought, okay, well, what's the deal about him? Why Willis? He plays a completely different style than all the other guys that we have. He's running a dual threat quarterback. When's the last time we had a dual threat quarterback ever? I mean, you can say, well, Aaron Rodgers ran, and it's like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, he was quicker back then, maybe, but he's no Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields or, name like whatever running quarterback, Jaden Daniels. It's Malik Willis, guys. It's Malik Willis. And so now, what are you talking about, Willis? Well, that's what the Green Bay Packers are talking about. That's what they're talking about. So, if not Willis, then who? Clifford, Tannehill, Brady. The reason why I was saying, oh man, wouldn't it be nice to get Brady come out of retirement? At least he knows like the NFL. At least he's like amazing, all that kind of stuff. Would he wear number 12? But I know that was a long shot. That wasn't going to happen. But those thoughts come through your mind, right? I'm sure you've thought of different scenarios. And then there was a rumor that came out that they've talked with Ryan Tannehill, which I think is such a better option than Malik Willis. The problem is this, and it's actually a good problem. I think that they believe that Ryan Tannehill is not necessary because Jordan Love's going to come back sooner than we expect. If he was going to be out longer, I think we would honestly went after Tannehill. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll be giving him a thing. Maybe they're calling him and giving him part of the playbook to start looking over. I don't know. All I know is right now it's Willis time, and can we win with him? That's the question we're asking tonight. And here's the other thing. What I was really frustrated with the Eagles game is trying to stop the run game. We were all excited about this new defense that's coming out. Why can we not, for the last number of decades, stop the run? It makes no sense. We know that's a weakness. We've tried to address it. It doesn't matter which coach we have. At the end of the day, we cannot stop the run. That is just a fact. And everyone's all worried. And it's like, you know what? We haven't been able to stop the run in so many years. It doesn't matter. We still find ways to win. We couldn't stop the run last year. We couldn't do it the year before that. So when it comes to winning a Super Bowl, you got to be able to stop the run. And now we're hoping to make the playoffs. Never mind win the Super Bowl. Let's just keep it one thing at a time. And it all depends on how long it's gone. So why can't we? Why can't we stop the run? Barkley ran all over us. And here's the bad news, everyone. Upcoming running backs that we are going to be facing: the Colts next week, Jonathan Taylor. Then the Titans, Pollard. Okay, Pollard is in town. And he had a good first week. Now, he might be the weakest on this list. And then Aaron Jones, he is going to be mad, wanting to have, this is going to be a revenge game. Okay. And then Kyron Williams, who has shown that he's a bell cow running back and workhorse. So we got him after that. Then James Conner, who just keeps trucking along, keeps playing, keeps pumping out huge numbers all the time. I don't get why he is just so invincible. I mean, he's been hurt and all that stuff, but his production is incredible. And then we have Travis Etienne. Now, he's not necessarily the biggest run through the tackles guy always, but he's talented and he can catch the ball in the backfield extremely well. And you got Tyler Bigsby that is there as well. And then we got to face the Lions with Montgomery and Gibbs, and then it's the bye week. So it's not going to get better. Somehow, some way, Hafley has to figure this out. Or maybe his job's on the line. And I know it's after week one, you're like, Trevor, how can you look at these guys? This is going to be difficult. It's going to be really difficult. So I did this video as best I could, not feeling well. But I want to end it with this one line. And please post it in the comments. Please hit the like and subscribe, everyone. But let's answer this question. When will Jordan Love play? What week do you think he'll be back? And will the Packers make the playoffs? Post it in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. And I'm hoping, all I want is Jordan Love to come back healthy. I know that there's going to be pain for the rest of the season with this injury. It's not going to be business as usual for him. He's going to have to push through if he wants to play. And not that I do not want him in massive pain, but come back when you're actually healthy. And will the Packers make the playoffs? It's very possible. I know that right now it does not look like it. It looks like worst case scenario now is that we don't make the playoffs. That's not worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is that Jordan Love re-injures his knee. He's out for the season. But if we tank, then we're going to get a great draft pick. Reminds me of when the San Antonio Spurs, David Robinson got injured for the season. The season was right off. And who did they pick the following season in the draft? Tim Hall of Fame Duncan. What if that happens in Green Bay? If it's bad, if it's terrible, what if that happens and we get some kind of defensive monster or O-lineman that's going to be with us for the next decade? So something to think about, everyone, something to consider. But I'm nervous. I'm worried. I'm excited. I don't get it. I don't get the Malik Willis thing, but I'm going to cheer him on just like you guys are going to do it. And it's going to be some rough moments for sure. It's going to be some rough moments. And so just being honest, being a realist, and trying to stay positive in a really bad situation. So hope that Jordan Love gets back sooner than later, feels good enough to play, and then balls out. And that everything will be better, and all the league will be mad at us again because we made the playoffs and then we made some noise. So, yeah, that's kind of my take on this. Again, thank you so much for watching Rev Trev and NFL. Please follow me on all the socials. I would really appreciate that. And, of course, always, go Pack, go.